Welcome back. Today, I'd like to share with you a story about 3 principles of living that are truly worth our attention. That night, my father lay in his hospital bed, his hand trembling as he held an old envelope. I thought inside would be money, gold, something he had saved his whole life. But no. Inside were just 3 handwritten lines, crumpled and faded, and that was the greatest gift he ever gave me. From childhood, we're taught to save. Put away every dollar, keep it safe, don't waste it. Sounds right. But there's a truth few people talk about. Saving can actually make you poorer. Not poor in cash, poor in opportunity, poor in vision, poor in your future. Because when all you do is hold on, you forget how to grow. I saw this in my own family. 2 uncles of mine, and both received an inheritance from my grandfather at the same time. The same amount of money, but 2 completely different lives. Uncle James was the careful one. He put that money in a safe, locked it away under his bed. Every month he'd pull out a little to get by. He'd say, "I'm protecting what Dad left us, no risks." Made perfect sense. But 15 years later, that money slowly disappeared. Inflation rose, dollars lost value, life stayed hard. Uncle James grew old in worry, afraid to dream bigger. Then there was Uncle Rob. He was different. He received the same amount, but instead of locking it away, he used it to buy a small piece of land by the river, planted fruit trees. No one believed in him. They said, "That wasteland, nothing's gonna grow there." But Uncle Rob stayed quiet and worked. First year, the trees were small, no fruit yet. Second year, a few buds appeared. Third year, green branches heavy with fruit. 15 years later, that land became a thriving orchard. Uncle Rob sold fruit, hired workers, sent his kids to college. He didn't hold the money. He made it multiply. One evening, Uncle James visited Uncle Rob, and I was there. Uncle James sighed and said, "I saved the money and stayed poor. You spent it all and got rich." Uncle Rob smiled, poured him some water. He said something I'll never forget. "Brother, holding cash is holding death. Investing is holding life." And then when my father lay in that hospital bed, he handed me that envelope. No money inside, just 3 written lines. 3 principles he followed his whole life, learned from Uncle Rob, from hard times, hide from falling and getting back up. Principle 1, money is not meant to be kept. Money is a tool. My father wrote, "Son, money only has value when it moves. When it sits still, it slowly dies. Let it work for you." I remember growing up, Dad never kept cash around for long. He used it to buy livestock, tools, seeds. People called him wasteful, but he wasn't. He was investing in things that lived, things that produced. Meanwhile, people who stuffed cash in jars, in safes, thought they were secure. But inflation, illness, emergencies quietly drained it all away. Money sitting still is dead money. Money in motion is alive. Principle 2, investing is not gambling, it's understanding. Dad wrote, "People fear investing because they don't understand it. But holding cash without learning, that's the real gamble." Uncle James wasn't a bad man. He was just afraid. Afraid of losing money, afraid of risk, afraid of change. So he chose what felt safest, doing nothing. But life doesn't let you stand still. When you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. Uncle Rob wasn't smarter than Uncle James, but he knew how to learn. He asked farmers, talked to sellers, even spoke with people who had failed. He read books, watched the market, tested small steps. His investment wasn't luck. It was preparation, knowledge, calculated action. Don't fear investing. Fear the foolishness of never learning at all. Principle 3. Start small, but start today. Dad wrote, "Don't wait until you have a lot of money. Start with what you have." I write now. I see so many people delay their whole lives. They say, "When I have 10,000 saved, then I'll start. When the kids are grown, then I'll invest. When I'm out of debt, then I'll think about it." But that day never comes, because life keeps giving us reasons to wait. Uncle Rob started with just a small plot of land. My father started with just a few chickens. I started by cutting out daily coffee runs, brewing at home, using that money to buy books and learn. Small steps. But that was the first move. And the first move is the most important one. Now, sitting here, I understand. Dad didn't leave me gold or cash, but he left me something far more valuable. A way of seeing money, a way of seeing the future, a way of living. If today you're keeping money in a safe, in a drawer, in an account, just watching it sit there, ask yourself, what am I really holding on to? False security or a real future? Start small. Learn a skill, buy a book, plant a tree, open a small investment account. Teach your kids the value of making money work. Don't be afraid. Just learn and start today. I still keep my father's envelope. Those 3 lines have faded now, but their meaning remains clear. Not gold or silver, but a way to live. And that is the greatest inheritance of all. Thank you for listening. Take good care of yourself and get some proper rest. I'll see you again in the next video.